Hi everyone. Welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? What I want to talk about today is the food production in the United States and how it's taken a very dangerous turn in the wrong direction, right? And if excuse me, if farmers and ranchers don't produce enough food, what happens? Well, we don't eat, right? And so we should always be thankful for our hardworking farmers and our ranchers. So I just want to give a shout out to every single one of them and say thank you very much for everything that you do. But unfortunately, farms and ranches all over the United States have been hit by a string of disasters in recent months. Okay. And as a result, food production has taken a turn for the worst. So does that mean that we should expect that there will be shortages of certain items? Unfortunately, it appears that this will likely be the case. All right. So, for example, it's been reported that approximately 90% of Georgia's peaches, the crop this year, has been destroyed. Yeah, it's been destroyed. And summer's around the corner, man. Okay. And in Georgia, summer means peaches. But horticulturists at the University of Georgia say roughly 90% of the peach state's crop has been destroyed by bad weather and a warming climate. And the last time things were hit this bad was 1955. Yeah. And according to Lawton Pearson of Pearson Farms in Fort Valley, Georgia, it sucks because I really love good peaches. I love peaches, especially for my yogurt and when I have oatmeal and when I'm making a smoothie. I love peaches. But if you want to sink your teeth into some really fresh peaches this month ahead, they're not going to be coming from Georgia. No, unfortunately not. So don't count on sinking your teeth into a peach from the peach state anytime soon. Not Georgia peaches. Sorry, I don't think you're going to see a Georgia peach in the grocery store. Perhaps you are thinking that we will just eat more oranges instead. Unfortunately, guess what? It's being projected that the combination of factors will cause Florida's orange harvest to be 56% smaller this year. Because why? You know that the it's green or greeny disease that affected the orange crops here in Florida. Yeah. So Florida's citrus industry posted its worst harvest since 1937, which should give orange fans some pause at the supermarket. But damage from the 2022 hurricane season combined with the impact of the citrus greening, that's right, greening, sorry, mom brain, disease is ravaging the Sunshine State's orange crops right now. And this will likely cause citrus prices to skyrocket nationwide as Florida farmers recorded its smallest orange harvest in 90 years. And this is according to the state's latest agricultural report. So the U.S. Department of Agriculture said in January that only 18 million boxes of Florida's oranges would be on the market in 2023, a 56% drop from last year. And I know you're probably thinking 18 million boxes, that's a lot. Well, distribute that and put that into orange juice and other products and fresh oranges that you would buy in the produce section. That's not a lot. That's not a lot to keep us going the whole year round. It's really not. So I think there will still be Florida orange juice in the stores, but I also think it will cost a heck of a lot more. So meanwhile, there is this grave concern about the winter wheat harvest in the middle of the country as well. And at this point, the drought has been so bad that over 1/4 of all the winter wheat in the state of Kansas might not even get harvested, y'all. It's not. And month after month, without even enough rain, has made Kansas the epicenter of a stubborn drought covering parts of the Great Plains. Now, while the drought that plagued almost the entire western half of the U.S. last year has relented, it has only gotten worse in Kansas. And the state is experiencing the most severe drought in the country. And it's worse in a decade. And if rains do not come soon, Okay, more than 1/4 of the state's wheat fields could be in such dismal conditions, farmers don't even harvest them. And that stinks. So if you like to eat things like from wheat, this should greatly concern you. But at the same time, supplies of beef are becoming tighter as well. Because why? The size of the U.S. beef cow herd is now the smallest since 1962. Yeah. This endless drought would cause enormous problems for food production. And now that day has arrived. Okay, I talked about this. Oh my goodness gracious me. Last year, I think it was. I believe it was, yeah. But the good news is that there's not going to be famine this year. We're still going to have enough food to eat, but without a doubt, food supplies are getting tight, man. All right. And famine has started to erupt in many of the poorest parts of the globe. But of course, food is not the only thing that's in short supply. It's being reported that there are other shortages in the United States. They are approaching record levels, like our meds. All right. And I've experienced this, I don't know how many times, every time I have to go to Walgreens. Okay. And they're like, sorry, we just don't have it. We have to wait. And I'm like, dude, I can't go without my heart meds. I can't go without this one. I can't go without, okay? So thousands of patients are facing delays in getting treatments for cancers, other life-threatening diseases, with drug shortages in the U.S. approaching record levels. Hospitals are literally scouring the shelves for supplies of a drug that reverses lead poisoning, and also for a sterile fluid that needed to stop the heart for a bypass surgery. How scary is that? How scary is that? Imagine if one of your loved ones had to go in for a bypass surgery and they couldn't do it because of a shortage. So some antibiotics are still scarce following the winter flu season, when doctors and patients frantically chase medicines for ailments like strep throat. And even children's Tylenol was hard to find, if you remember that. So we are in this process of transitioning from the era of plenty to this new era of scarcity. So for most of us, going to the store, getting whatever we want has never been a problem, right? Remember, we would just go, we grab it, we go out, boom, done. Now it's like, well, now we have to look and see who has what and hope that one store actually does have it. But now conditions, they're literally rapidly changing, and the entire world is competing for this steadily diminishing resources. And at the same time, global food production is being hit by drought, disease, natural disaster, incredibly crazy weather patterns. I don't know if you've noticed crazy weather patterns where you are, but I've noticed them here, and it's like, what's going on? All right. And as I had said, we're not going to see famine this year, but severe global famine is inevitable this century. I truly believe that. No matter what choices the leaders make right now, the world leaders make right now, it's just a matter of time before global demand for food greatly exceeds global food production. Okay. And most of you that are listening to me right now, you live in wealthy countries, and wealthy countries will have these resources to purchase most of the food that is actually produced. But even though the wealthier countries will fare relatively better than poorer countries, the truth is that everyone will suffer. It doesn't matter if you live in the poorest country, the richest country, if you have all the money or no money. It doesn't matter. I want you to understand that. I want that to sit in your brain. Okay? Let it ferment. It doesn't matter. I hope you are preparing right this very second for challenging times that are ahead of us, because they will shake our society and they will shake your soul to the core. I hope you're seriously getting ready, because this is no joke, man. It's really not. Okay? Don't turn those loved ones away that need a place to stay. Because I know a lot of you think, oh my God, she must be crazy. She's got a family of 8. Yeah. And you know what? We have our family living with us because they can't afford to live on their own. No one can make it on their own right now. Okay? Think about it. Pull your resources together. It's the only way we're going to be able to make it in this world. I promise you. All right, I'm out here. Okay, I will see you in the next one. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping. And as always, fearless.